What are you hiding, Peter? I'm just kidding. I don't care. Bye.
Reimagining Spider-Man with Tom Holland in Civil War was almost like a homecoming and kind of a big aha.
Don't do anything stupid, all right?
Yeah.
He's just mad for the Spider-Man movie.
It's so cool to make a new Spider-Man in this MCU, something we haven't seen before.
Here's the Spider-Man. No, I'm not. I'm not. This is just a costume. This is really silly. On the roof.
Civil War?
Hey, everyone.
Spider-Man is the biggest Marvel character. He is the jewel in the crown. Such an amazing icon. He is a very different type of hero because he's
the most
simply
relatable.
the greatest superhero of all time.
Wait a minute. You want the real Avengers? Peter Parker is one of the most beloved and powerful superheroes of the MCU. Not bad. Good shot, buddy.
Oh, Mr. Parker.
Hey, I'm Peter.
It's about time we met.
Oh shit.
When I started first reading the comics, when I was 13, 14, 15, 16, younger, but particularly in that sweet spot, I was like, oh, this is me.
When Steve
Relatable.
Ditko and Stan Lee brought him to life in the early 60s, he was such a great contrast to all the other Marvel heroes. The comics were so amazing having this shared universe where anybody could show up in anybody else's books. And it's been almost 10 years since we introduced the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We will meet Spider-Man for the first time being part of that world. He was a modern-day high school kid in New York City who ended up accidentally getting extraordinary abilities.
Most people know who Spider-Man is. And he's probably the Marvel hero with the most name recognition. I've always had an affinity for the character, and seeing it depicted on film as it was in the books, that's an exciting take on it than I've seen before.
I love that it's about a teenager. He's got this awesome energy. It's going to be really magical.
I've always sympathized with Peter Parker because he's a science nerd, and I was a science nerd in high school. Imagine if you were Spider-Man. You could do all this amazing stuff. You would spend every moment of your day trying to maximize the amount of time you get to be Spider-Man because it would be the best feeling.
Love that. Love that suit.
One of the coolest things about this movie is that
So
we've
dope.
seen the god, we've seen the soldier, we've seen the billionaire. Now it's time to see the kid and see what he can do.
Peter, you still with us?
Yeah.
You got hard, kid. Where you from?
Queens.
Brooklyn.
Spider-Man and Peter Parker are two very different characters, but one of the important things is making sure that little parts of each lead into each other. We've always trying to find little moments where Spider-Man can be seen in Peter Parker when we can see Peter Parker through the mask. And we really get to explore a kid having fun. What's up, everybody?
Tom is enthusiastic and bright, gifted, and a very physically talented guy. It's just the
got
right
mad shit,
combination of elements
gymnastics,
that
fighting styles.
required to really make an exciting new playlist.
So to become an Avenger, are there like trials or any interviews?
Just don't do anything I would do. And definitely don't do anything I wouldn't do. There's a little gray area in there, and that's where you operate.
Oh, all right.
That's not a hug. I'm just grabbing the phone for you.
Good luck out there.
Tom's playing an age of Spider-Man that we haven't seen on film before, but definitely harkens back to what's in the books.
Ultimate Spider-Man is the closest to what John has created. I think that version of Peter Parker and that story arc is very similar. And I think just in the artwork and how they sort of modernize that character is a real influence for us for what we've been creating here.
The big secret ingredient is John Watts, because he comes from where Peter Parker comes from.
I really, really remember what it's like to be 15, 16, 17, and everything is an 11. Talking to a girl is just as stressful as trying to get into college, which is just as stressful as taking down a
True.
supervillain.
Ooh, God, can't wait.
I know school sucks. I know you want to save the world, but you're not ready yet.
I'm good.
Putting Spider-Man in the MCU is the best thing in the world for me as a storyteller. Now we can just have fun with, I think, what makes Spider-Man unique. He's very powerful, and that he has a secret identity.
Okay. Swearing, okay? I was gonna give us a honestly, was this the greatest thing that's ever happened to me? I can't believe this is happening.
That's a hard secret to
Peter
hold on
Parker
to.
initially is going on his adventures as Spider-Man. He wears sweatpants and a sweatshirt with sort of a crudely sewn sweat hood and these irising goggles that he's built out of parts that he's scattered.
I love that suit.
He's taken a continued interest in Mr. Parker, and as usual is kind of helping him up his game with his suit and the tech and all that.
And that's when we see for the first time what I think is going to be the most iconic version of the Spider-Man outfit that anybody's ever seen.
Good evening, Peter.
Hello? Tony Stark built this costume for him.
Actually, that's top secret. You can't film that.
The idea that the Spider-Man suit could be Stark Tech really just opened up the door to a lot of really great stuff.
Crazy.
How did you find me? Did you project
What?
my suit or something?
No,
I put everything in your suit, including this heater.
that's so dope.
There's even a little spider drone.
Has that been there the whole time? That's awesome.
The suit is one of the coolest things that has ever happened to me in my whole life. Wearing that suit for the first time was just a dream come true. And still to this day, can't really believe that it's happened. Can I try the suit on?
Oh, what?
Is an origin story in that we see how Spider-Man begins to become the icon and legend that we all know as Spider-Man.
Just gotta do this on my own.
But we come at it in a different way. He's been Spider-Man for at least 6 months when we meet him.
Spider-Man! Right? Call me Spider-Man! Okay, Spider-Man! Don't slip!
We don't do the spider bite. We don't do the death of Uncle Ben. We've seen that before.
Thank you, Kevin
His
Feige.
house every night. Isn't that funny? There's a whole new way of telling his story. This Peter is on the periphery of the world that Tony Stark lives in. You've been treating me like a kid all the time.
You are a kid. Being Spider-Man in a world where the Avengers exist means that we don't have to spend any time explaining that, which means we can just get right into the fun of it, telling the
Watch.
story from Peter's perspective. The audience is feeling and seeing and experiencing everything with Peter as it's happening.
I get to keep the suit?
This does not mean you're an Avenger, in case you were wondering.
At the beginning of the movie, Peter loves being Spider-Man, and he doesn't love being Peter Parker. Peter Parker sort of represents everything that he was, which to him is just a weird, outsidery, sciencey nerd. And now he has this whole new future life ahead of him being a superhero.
Can you summon an unleashed spider?
But what he hasn't done is come to terms with who Peter Parker is, which is a core of every coming-of-age story, is finding out who you really are.
This is my chance to prove myself. The whole movie, Peter's trying to prove himself to Tony, to prove to him that he is ready to be an Avenger. He is old enough to take on bigger tasks. And in doing so, Spider-Man stumbles across these high-tech weapons that have been left behind from any Avengers disaster.
Sorry. Oh,
There
shit.
are people who handle this sort of thing.
One of the interesting things about the fight sequences and the tone of the movie is that even though these fight scenes are incredibly scary, they're also lighthearted.
Emotional, man. Shocker.
Shoot the costume.
There is sort of a core Spider-Man truth that we're trying to get to. And if you strip away all of the Spider-Man side of it, it should still be a really great, moving, funny, emotional coming-of-age story.
Are you an Avenger?
Basically.
We out.